Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to see the topics of beams and its types, following by the previous session of strength of materials for mechanical engineers. So beam. So what does mean by beam and why it is used, where it is used? The beam is a structural member, basically horizontal, that is designed to support the applied load vertical, which means the load applied on the beam will be in vertical position from the vertical point of view. It resists the applied loading by a combination of internal transverse, shear force and bending moment. It resists the applied loading. So we have to understand this point. It resists the applied loading by combination of internal transverse, shear force and bending moment. So by the combination of these two forces, shear force and bending moment, it resists the whatever the load we are applying. It is perhaps that most important and widely used structural members and can be classified according to its supporting conditions. So extremely common structural element, as we know that beams. So in buildings, majority of loads are vertical and majority of usable surfaces are horizontal. So these beams are transferring vertical loads horizontally. That is the thing these beams are doing. So action of beams involves combination of bending and shear, as already said. Now, what are all the types of beams that are available? The following are the important types of beams that are widely used in engineering applications. So what are all the beams? Cantilever beam, simply supported beam, overhanging beam, fixed beams, continuous beams. So these are not only the types of beams, there are some other, but these are the common types of beams that are widely used in many engineering applications. So first one, cantilever beam. A beam which is fixed at one end and free at the other end is known as cantilever beam. So this is the fixed end and this one is a free end. So this type of beam is commonly termed as cantilever beams, and they have shown that a point load P is applied on the free end. So it's a rectangular cross section of the beam. So consider the length of the beam will be L and the breadth of the beam will be B. So this is an example for cantilever beam. So where these cantilever beams that can be seen, like these are all the practical examples of cantilever beam. So a beam which having a fixed support on one end and the other end is set free, it is known as cantilever beam. And we can see some best examples of cantilever beam like this. Yes, this is a cantilever, and this one is, we can able to see that in the image. So this one is a fixed end and this is a free end. Like in this image, this is a fixed end and this will be in a free end. So these are the practical examples of cantilever beam. The next one is simply supported beams. A beam supported or resting freely on the supports at its both ends. So consider this as a beam of length L. So the two ends are supported, which means a beam is resting on its free ends. Both ends are resting. So this is a live practical example, as we can see that in a village side, a wooden bridge for crossing the river. And this is another example, a beam which simply supports exactly at two ends of the beam, which is termed as simply supported beam. In the real world, people won't tend to design anything with simple supports, but one of the ancient monument was built up by this concept. So this is the ancient monument. The next one is fixed beams. A beam whose both ends are fixed and is restrained against rotation and vertical movement, also known as built-in beam or encasted beam. So just on the visualization of this image, we can able to identify what is meant by fixed beams. So it can be either built in, which means the resting end two supports will be in a fixed positions, so which restrained against rotation and vertical movement. So it constrains the movements of both ends. So these are all the practical examples of fixed beam. And then overhanging beam. If the end portion of the beam is extended outside the supports. So as we can see that in this image, so beyond the support the beam is getting in a transverse position. So this is a beam of length L. This is a support and this one is another support, and beyond the support the beam is getting overhang, and so it is termed as overhanging beam. And these are the practical examples of overhanging beams, and this one is more familiar by the area around swimming pool. So these beams will have support, but one end or both ends of the beam will be having some extension after the support. So beyond the support there will be some extension of the beam. And one thing we should be remember that these supports provided on the beam can be either roller or simple or any other, whatever may be the supports. So this is another live examples. And the next one is continuous beams. A beam which is provided with more than two supports. So this is an example, like we can see that, so this is a support and this one is another like that. It goes all around the span of the beam, so which is termed as continuous beams. This is another examples of various locations of continuous beams. So it is a beam which carries more than two supports, and some of the examples of continuous beams are given here. So as we can see that more number of support. And another type is beam with one end hinged and the other end is a roller support. So this beam has one of its end hinged and other side of the beam is supported with a roller support. These kind of beams are capable to withstand loads in any direction. Below we can see a conventional figure and a bridge having this kind of support. So this is a bridge having this kind of support, beam with one end hinged and the other end is roller. The main advantage of this beam is its withstanding capacity in any direction. Thank you. And we will see the types of loads in next video. Thank you.